Every child's fear. You remember the feeling, don't you? The feeling that you're being watched. That if you make the slightest movement, you're dead. Everybody had that fear as a child. You wake up in the night, can't get back to sleep, shuffling back and forth from one uncomfortable position to the next, hoping to find a way to sudden slumber. You give up. There's no way you are going back to sleep anytime soon, so you simply turn to your side and stare out the window. The road, the lights, the trees, all seem so strange under the cover of night. You try to keep your mind quiet of any distractions, remembering that you still need to sleep. And that's when the feeling hits you. The feeling swarms over you like an ice-cold blanket that has just been spread across your back. You remember that it's night, and that night is when fear likes to hunt. You feel almost as if you are being watched from behind. You can't see it, but its eyes are trained on you. You want to move, but you can't. If you do, something bad, no, something horribly wrong is going to happen to you. The only thing you can do is remain quiet and still, and hopefully it won't notice you. As you lie in your bed, frozen in fear, if only you could quickly grab your bed sheets and throw them over yourself to hide your body from whatever evil monstrosity stands behind you. It could be done. Perhaps. If you're fast and precise, you could succeed. You decide to think no longer. You flip yourself over and grab your bed sheets with both hands. Without looking around the room, you swipe back down, covering yourself with a thick blanket. Safety. It is then that your mind comes back to you, and you remind yourself that there is nothing there. Darkness clouds the mind, and it causes it to hallucinate. With the only limitations being your imagination, you slowly poke your head out of the sheets and scan your eyes around the room. Nothing. You place your head back on the pillow and slowly drift off to sleep. This is every child's fear, and parents always tell their children to go back to sleep, and that it's good for them to work through their fears. They're wrong, because what they don't know is that when the children hide under their bed sheets, the real fear is not what is standing over them, but what is staring at them from under the covers. Our story starts in the material plane far away from Galarian's solar system. This is where the giant monstrous mosquito Glonder, or as his devout call him, the Gossamer King, whom some say grew out of the corpse of a dead god, found a new home hidden from Desna on a planet called Thoria, where he would feed on the heartblood of his faith's truly devout. Now Desna, an ancient goddess of freedom of luck, whom legends claim accidentally freed Glonder from his cocoon, was searching across the plains for him to fix her mistake. Desna found Glonder on the planet Thoria on the material plane and tried to reason with him to turn from his evil ways so that she would not have to send him back to his cocoon of jail, or worse, destroy him. When Glonder would not agree with Desna's terms, he tried to flee from her, but Desna caught him and attempted to entrap him back in his cocoon, but failed. So instead, she trapped him inside the icebound caves in the frozen heart of Thoria. With Glonder temporarily trapped in the icebound caves on the planet Thoria, Desna traveled to the outer sphere to seek guidance and wisdom from the Netis, the god who holds magic above all things. Desna asked Nethys to remove all planet travel to and from Thoria by placing an anti-planet shield around the planet. Nethys agreed, but to cast a spell around Thoria to stop all planar travel, he would need specific components, So he made 19 magical crystals of small, medium, and larger sizes. Nethys gave the crystals to Desna and asked her to travel to each of the 19 planets and collect some of the planes planar essence into the crystal. Desna had collected 18 out of the 19 crystals she had on plane left to visit the Abyss. The Abyss surrounds the outer sphere like the impossibly deep skin of an onion. The layered plane of the Abyss begins as gargantuan canyons and yawning chasms in the fabric of the outer planes, bordered by the foul waters of the river Styx, coterminous with all of the outer planets. The infinite layers of the Abyss connect to one another in constantly shifting pathways. There are no rules in the Abyss, nor laws, order, or hope. The Abyss is a perversion of freedom, a nightmare realm of unmitigated horror where desire and suffering are given demonic form. For the Abyss is the spawning ground of the innumerable races of demons, among the oldest beings in all of the great beyond. Once Desna reached the Abyss, she collected the essence and was about to leave when she noticed Pazuzu approaching her. But before Pazuzu could get to her, Desna surrounded the crystal in a magical spell and hid it in one of the many canyons. Pazuzu, the self-proclaimed king of wind demons and patron of all that is evil and flies, was drawn to the essence-filled crystal and felt its great magical power. He captured Desna, tortured and held her prisoner, claiming that the essence stone was stolen from his realm and demanded it back. Desna managed to escape and she quickly fled to the canyons, recovering the crystal and returned to Nethys with the last of the 19 essence crystals. Nethys scattered the 19 crystals throughout Thoria, and with all 19 crystals in Thoria, Nethys placed an anti-planar shield around the planet. No mortal or god would ever be able to enter or exit Thoria for eternity. Party Chasing by Teddy. Halloween is by far my favorite time of the year. The one wonderful day where walking around with a mask on is socially acceptable. Masks hold quite a unique place in society. A mask can transform anyone into something else, turn an actor into a character, hide the secret identity of a superhero, or even allow monsters to walk among men. You never know what's behind a mask until it's taken off, but that's the best part of Halloween. No one is going to take off anyone's mask. There's no gang of teenagers with their talking dog there to strip away my disguise and reveal the truth underneath. No, this is reality, and on Halloween I'm perfectly able to hide in plain sight. Of course, wearing a mask has its own special meaning for me. I'm not an actor, superhero, or even a monster. Not in the fictional terms, at least. No, I simply use a mask as a means of entry. Any mask works really, so long as it covers my face. I manage to use a different one every year. All I need to do is walk the streets of my suburban neighborhood, weave my way through various decorations, and dodge packs of trick-or-treaters until I hear the familiar blaring of loud music. Like a sailor to a siren at sea, I'm drawn to the music, to the party that it emanates from. Yes, this is why Halloween is wonderful. No one seems to ever ask questions at the door to a Halloween party. All I really need to do is knock and wave when the door opens. The mask makes people just assume I'm there for the party. Hell, sometimes people just leave their front doors wide open, allowing even easier access to their home. On Halloween, no one gives a second glance toward a masked man making his way through their midst, which is what makes my hobby oh so fun. They are completely oblivious as I approach their food. They continue to chatter and gossip as I add my own special ingredient to their bowl of punch. They continue to dance and play as I slab small, sharp needles into their chocolates and sweets. It's not until their first friend drops to the floor, either choking on my poison or coughing up bloody needles, that people start to panic. It's the same every year. As soon as I leave the party and hear the chaos rising behind me, an unstoppable grin forms under the mask. Screams of terror are such a pleasant noise for such a pleasant holiday.